Within hours of President Trump's travel ban going into effect, federal judges in New York and Massachusetts temporarily blocked part of the executive order. Attorneys general from 16 states have issued a joint statement condemning what they call President Trump's, quote, unconstitutional, un-American, and unlawful executive order. I want to bring in now Michael Wilds. He is a U.S. immigration attorney and an immigration law professor. And for full disclosure, we should also mention you also represent Trump models, and you represented Melania Trump in her immigration case. So talk to us about these legal challenges where, because there is language about religion and who would be treated preferentially if they are from a religious minority in a country. Tell us if this is okay under the Constitution.
Personally, I don't think it's constitutional. With all deference to Mrs. Trump and to our president, both who I believe in their hearts are genuinely inclined not only about compliance and law, but the safety of our country. I believe that this process is not constitutional, that there are more effective legal ways of protecting and keeping America safe. America is great, and the president, no doubt, has a sincerity in mind in making it great again, focusing on the 7 countries, Muslim countries exclusively, with Saudi Arabia in the shadow, where 16 out of the 19 hijackers doesn't click with me, and particularly the way they're going after this, where Section 3 or Article 3 of the executive order focuses on aliens from. That means presumably dual nationals with U.S. citizenship or green card holders. Then we know, Brianna, that green card holders have a diminished expectation. You know, American citizens have a diminished expectation of privacy when they go to airports. Well, green card holders have the same diminishment unless they marry an American citizen. 3 years later, they can get citizenship, or 5 years later, they can get citizenship based on employment. The bottom line is, during this caretaker period of time, they are part of the arsenal of America. They know from no other flag, mostly. They pray whatever day of the week they want to, and now they're in jeopardy. I believe that this system was designed to have people gestate or cook properly for citizenship, but it wasn't designed in a way for us to take away the privileges of permanent residence.
So, Michael, when you look specifically at this order, and it's several pages. You mentioned Section 3. I would encourage people to take a look at it and educate themselves on exactly what is in here. When you say it's not constitutional, what specific part are you pointing to? Are you pointing to Section 3 about green card holders, or is it the language about religion? What is it that to you says this is not going to pass muster?
Well, I think there are arguments to be made, and obviously the federal court judges, there are 2 judges that opined consistently that there were problems. Now, is it creating a problem under equal protection of the laws? Federal prosecutors, I'm a former federal prosecutor myself, are going to argue that the equal protection provision doesn't work at airports or off U.S. soil, and foreign nationals don't have that privilege. There's a deprivation of due process. Certainly, if they're being stripped of their rights upon entry to the United States, having achieved the status of permanent residency or significant visas, or is it in violation of the Immigration and Nationality Act as amended in 1965, where Congress has the power, and historically the courts have always turned to immigration as a political question and deferred to the plenary power of Congress. The president here is stepping up saying, I want to make America safe. This is how I would like to start this process. Well, there is, again, a vacuum that has been created in Congress right now. I wish to God this is like the gang who can't shoot straight, our leaders in Congress, that they get together Monday morning, and they should have been at this over the weekend to prevent something like this from happening. Let me just say this. Mrs. Trump is the biblical Esther, if you would. She has the ear of the president, and she was an immigrant herself, too. She is one of the finest people I have ever met, and I'm a Democrat. You should know that I took on her case this summer because I was impressed with the handling of her papers and the compliance and the dignity with which she handled herself. She is an immigrant, and she is the best of what I think exemplifies what we should be attaining, which is to have people travail professional work visas, permanent residence, and citizenship. We have to still keep ourselves safe. And I admire the president for keeping his promise and trying to do this, but I don't think this is the proper way, and we have to make sure we get this right.
Michael, you bring a very unique perspective. We do thank you for joining us. Michael Wilds,
Pleasure.
an immigration attorney. A prominent American Muslim group is preparing